What is going on, everyone? My name is Boyd and I'm back with some more Age Mythology. The Titans action spawning the right side of the map in the blue color, playing as Hades. His name is F2 Player. Spawning the left side of the map in the red color, also playing as Hades. His name is Hagrid. The map is Savannah, and this is a best of 5 for the Bill Greg Open Tournament. It's currently 2-0 for Player, taking the first 2 games very convincingly. And now Hagrid's deciding, well, none of my strategies are working. Let's try and mirror God this and see if he can come out with something. I'm sure Player is very familiar with this matchup, and he's going to have some very interesting things to say about this. We see the pig scouting or the goat scouting from Player immediately. I love that. And Hagrid not doing the goat scouting. It's very sad when I don't see people goat scouting because it's so good. It's very good. Now, this matchup is bizarre because attacking each other is really hard. But there's 4 gold mines basically all over the shop. So if you can, basically you want to go 2 town centers, but you want to go 2 military buildings into 2 town centers so that you can defend against any early push, and you can also put aggression onto your opponent's forward hunt if they go for a sneaky fast 2 town centers. So we'll see if that's what these guys go for, or if something else is the go. And I feel like what we're going to be seeing here is some huge fight for a gold line, restoration, good micro, and I think we're probably going to be seeing Hippocon Toxotes as the army comps here. Generally speaking, that's the way to go. We've seen good scouting from players so far. He's got some giraffe over here. He's going to be moving forward onto these giraffe. These look like they may be Hagrid's giraffe. You may be stealing Hagrid's giraffe here, unless they're over in this location here, which it doesn't look like. It's a couple here, but it's not the main pack. It's not the main pack at all. Oh no, there they are. They're definitely players' giraffe. I take it all back. He's completely fine. It's fine with the giraffe. It's all good. We're not going to be seeing a too fast advance time here from players going 3 villages, wood, 2 villages, gold. And we're seeing exactly the same thing from Hagrid. So he's researched up on this build order here, following the pros exactly correctly. And we should be seeing Hagrid moving forward to grab this this hunt just after the zebra expires here. He should be good to go. Let's check out these relics. We've got the toothed arrows here. Archer and Baluster. Oh, that's a big relic. If I saw this relic, I would rush Ajax. I'd get my temple up nice and early, and I'd rush Ajax and grab that tooth arrow. It's very important. Also, Boots of Kick Everything. It's not huge, but it's a little bit of an advantage there for the early game. So your heroes can run a little bit faster and just cover some ground. But oftentimes, when you grab this relic, it doesn't really help because your army slows down your hero. So it moves as the fastest that your army can move. And that's probably going to be 4.2 because you're going to have Toxotes in the army. And here we go. Let's see what is going on over here. If we got the food, the text, no text being researched. We aren't seeing anything too crazy from each other. Players closer to the classical age, and Hagrid stopped building villages. Oh, I'm not sure if that's on purpose or not. He's not building out his Ajax either. He's dumping resources. He's trying to advance, and he's just really short on them. Oh, he's on 393, and Player's probably going to be ending up advancing at the same time. We're seeing Ares. Ares is the god of choice. I don't hate it. I actually kind of like it. If you go Ares, Apollo, Artemis, you get the Uber Archers. The absolute Uber Archers, because you get 3 unique technologies which buff your archers. And I wish I could tell you what they are, but I cannot. I can tell you what they look like. Like, one's got the little poisoned arrow thing, one's kind of got like a little shiny arrow thing, and who knows what Ares has got. Ares also gives you some buffed hoplite, which if Hagrid's playing for the late game, which he might be doing here, it'll be really interesting to see him go for that. But it's all going to come down to if he can hold on against Athena, because Athena is the god of choice for Player right here. And Restoration is so strong. We're seeing a little bit of harass on that villager, but Hagrid's going to take some pain there. You don't really want to be taking too much free damage on this scout, because he comes in super handy in these Greek fights, because he's one of the few units that you have that has a 5.5 speed. and you can use that unit in your army to basically distract the archer fire. So you sit in, you run and you take the fight. So your archers are here, his archers are here. You send your catapults around the back of the archers, and you just run back and forth. Very, 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 very interesting. We're seeing the Ajax did come in here. It's getting targeted, going to be sent away. Still no one aiming this Toothed Arrows. It's 5% extra archer damage. That's huge, right? Am I wrong? It's basically half a copper weapons. So it's worth 75 food, 75 gold, or something like that. Seeing the Cyclops moving in here. And the Cyclops is trying to slow down this town center here as Hagrid's going for his own second town center. We don't see him getting any military buildings up just yet. The Minotaur and everything else is probably going to pick off this Cyclops here. Nice ghost building. We do see that the Cyclops managed to pick up a villager, but it's going to be too slow as he drops that villager back down. Now Chiron's in here to pick off this Minotaur, but the town center should come up for player. That's really big given that the Minotaur's here. The Ajax is chasing the Ajax, but this town center is up right now, and these guys should just be getting out of here at this point. And we do see the town center's up for Hagrid as well, so it's not the end of the world. The player's got that free kill on the Cyclops, but it is going to hurt just a little bit. And player grabs the boots of kick, not player, Hagrid grabs the boots of kick everything, and I'm sure he'll go for the Toothed Arrows fairly soon. Town center is up now, but Hunt is just about exhausted for Hagrid here. He's going to have to move up to these baboons or something here. Are they monkeys? Baboons? Yeah, baboons, because there's really nothing left for him. He can't grab this patch here. It's too much, and he's got some berries here. He's got a little bit of Hunt over here. Could use that, but it's not happening just yet. Whereas, for some reason, players got access to Rhino. Where's Hagrid's Rhino? That's the question. Maybe they're in this corner here. If he pig scouted, he would have been able to see it. There's Hyena over here, but that's not going to help. We're not seeing any military buildings coming down just yet for Hagrid, and neither for player. We're just seeing the damage coming in from the heroes. We do see Hagrid does capture the Toothed Arrows now, so he is going to have the supercharged archers. This is going to be Ares, Apollo, Artemis, and Toothed Arrows if we get to it. It's going to be so strong if you can get to it. And it's all going to come down to this restoration that players got. Hagrid does have Pestilence though, so he should be able to stay ahead in the population count if you can get a good Pestilence off. We're seeing the third town center though for player. Player's just in the head of Hagrid right now. Hagrid's having to grab farms here, so he can't go for this third town center. Whereas player's still got a Rhinoceros. He's still got a bunch of goat left here. The hero is running around at this point. Shade is trying to take this down, but he'll get picked off by the town center very, very fast. Does a little bit of damage to the Sentinel, but it's not going to be too much. We're seeing stable archery range. No surprise there. And Hagrid has snuck a couple of goat. That should be players into the corner here. This is looking a little bit challenging here for Hagrid. He needs some Hunt. He needs something like that, I think. Got the berries over here. He's not going to be able to utilize those, and he is able to support this at this point, but I don't know. We've got the stable coming up now for Hagrid. He's starting to produce some units. It's 49 pop to 37, so player's just a touch in front, and he's moving up onto this Hunt as well. He's feeling very confident that he can secure all of that. We'll see what happens here. I feel like the population of the economy for Hagrid is just going to fall behind, and Hagrid's just in his own head already. He's saying game's already over. You can't be thinking like that in these tournament games when you're playing against some top tier talent like player. You got to be like, no, I'm going to play my game and I'm going to try and win, and if it works, it works. And unfortunately, I feel like Hagrid's just missed his Rhino, which I think is sitting in this blackness over here. And that would have really helped him out because he's on chicken, he's on berry, on farms, and he doesn't even have plow yet, so these farms are just disgustingly bad. And now player has got so many villages he can transition into farms really, really easily. And player's just going to start walking over what Hagrid's got, and Hagrid's just going to tap out there. That's a little bit sad. GG, well played player. He played it well, that's for sure, but I feel like The hunt is here and we don't even get to see it. Unfortunate. Oh well, it's just tough, man. Whenever you're playing against someone who is like really good, you struggle because you get in your own head and and you don't play as well as you can, because I know Hagrid can play really well, and this definitely felt like he was trying to keep up with something instead of doing what he knows works.